Welcome to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Check. Mic check, waifu, waifu. Telliano. Is that you?
Spring is in bloom.
This is episode 293 of Mic Check, Waifu, Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check, Waifu, Waifu is where you can get early access to the video version of this podcast. This is where you can get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, The After Stories, where you can get access to the pre-show. 293 pre-show is up now for everyone to listen. It was up actually 2 days before this episode went live, so make sure you check that out. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu Waifu. We couldn't do this without the Patreon producers. Christian, the archivist, Rob from DadNeedsToTalk podcast. I'm about to call it Fear for real. What the hell? Fear. Our guy Glaze Yams, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture, explicitly all for one Matt, Monique Williams, Simi Sensei, Frozen, Rob Stone, TmoneyFingers. Thank y'all so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. We got a loaded show to you because a loaded show for you today because it is our spring or 2025 spring anime preview. So we will be discussing this spring anime, including picking our sleepers as well as discussing them, the community sleeper picks as well as their most anticipated and so on and so forth. And we're also going to be discussing season 1 of Fire Force. This is your reminder right now to watch season 2 of Fire Force this week so that we can talk about that next week alongside the end of the winter season. Along with it's so crazy that the winter is already over. Talk about the end of the winter season as well as review my sleeper pick at the end of the season. So we got a lot to go, a lot to discuss, a lot to do. So how you feeling?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm finally rested after that 22-hour drive.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I was mentally dehydrated. I was ready to go to sleep for a whole 2 days.
I feel that.
I'm good now, bro. I'm good. How you feeling, bro? It's been a minute.
I'm good. Yeah, it's been. Usually when we miss a week, I'm always thrown off because it's not in our essence to miss a week of my check. So I feel unpracticed, you know, like I just feel like it's just, I don't know, I feel off, but
gotta get to the swing of things.
Yeah, gotta get back in the swing of it. So hopefully our stumbles are few and far between, but we back again. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us for so long and listening. Y'all should be used to this by now. We got so much to discuss. All right, so next week is supposed to be our live episode. I don't think we're going to manage that. I think we're just going to have a normal structured episode because doing a live episode on top of doing the end of the season and on top of doing a review, it's a lot to manage. So I think
y'all might not be able to stay up for that episode. That's going to be a long episode.
It's going to be a super long episode. So we'd rather I'm going to just have that as a normal episode, and then we'll bring back the live episodes next month. So again, apologies for that, but that's going to be a massive episode. So I want to have to focus on that and go from there. Tell, man, what was your episode of the last 2 weeks? You get 2 shows you could pick from the last 2 weeks to be your episodes of the week.
I'm going to say, sheesh, brother. Bluebox for one of them.
Okay, so now are you caught up on Bluebox?
Yeah.
No, are you episode 24 caught up, right?
Yeah, not 25.
Okay.
Which is Japan is finished with it. Yeah. I haven't seen episode 25. Have you seen episode 25?
I have.
Oh my God.
I dropped a link in the Bluebox thread, man. I know you don't like to go on Discord, but if you look at Discord.
I have been better at going on Discord, but I haven't this week because I've just been all over.
Of course. You with family, busy.
Oh,
vacationing.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Okay, so
I would say Bluebox for one of them and Zenshu for the other one.
What great choices, Tell. What phenomenal choices. Yeah, Zenshu for one of them for me as well. And Apothecary Diaries one for me too. Yeah. Yeah, very, very great episodes of both of those shows. Zenshu, I'm like, why is my eyes wet? I was I shedded a few thug tears in that episode. Like, it was strong. It was very, very strong. Very, very good. Very, very good show. But we're gonna talk about all that next week because that'll be the wrap of the winter season. So crazy how fast it went. It just kind of flew by. A lot of cozy shows. I got a lot to say about those cozy shows next week, but I digress. Now, starting with the 2025 spring anime preview. As the uninitiated might not know, is we cover anime seasonally. So whatever new shows come out seasonally, we cover it all the time for the last 5 years. This time is spring. So what we're going to do is we're going to read our community's sleepers and most anticipated, as well as read the synopsis for these shows that they picked. And then we'll give ours, our most anticipated, our sleepers, and some random shows that we're going to add to our list. So make sure you have your Annie list pulled up so that you can add the shows to your watching list so that when these shows come out, you'll be ready to join us on the watches.
Ain't gonna be no excuses.
Ain't gonna be no excuses. So, without further ado, let's start to build our 2025 winter anime lists, shall we? Let's start with Crystal, a longtime community member of ours, great friend of ours, who is been here for ever, actually. She says, here's my spring 2025 list. I'm honestly burnt out from winter and I'm keeping it relatively small. My most anticipated is Fire Force Season 3, especially with this rewatch, which is what we're conducting as a community. Reminded me so far how much I love the series despite the faults. But I'm also very intrigued by Witch Watch. That's a tough title to say, even though it's just Witch Watch. I've been reading the manga, so I'm curious to see how it gets animated. The same person that did Astro Lost in Space did this one. Stories are drastically different. Interesting. Okay. All right. And then she says, my sleeper, I think I'm going to go with Zatsu Tabi. That's the journey. It looks like it will be very much a coming of age, self-discovery, and the wholesome, which is what I need. Now, let's start with Witch Watch. As far as the synopsis goes.
Okay, you want me to read it?
Yeah, if you got it.
Morihito Otogi, a high school student who comes from a lineage of ogres, enjoys a peaceful, ordinary life until his childhood friend Nico moves in with him. Nico is a witch in training and chooses Morihito to be her familiar. While Nico is thrilled to reunite with her old friend and crush, Morihito is tasked with the perilous duty to protect her from a foretold calamity. Between the unpredictable chaos caused by Nico's magic and the awkwardness of sharing a home, their lives become a whirlwind of supernatural hijinks and threats. Notes. Should I read these notes?
No, you don't have to read the notes.
Yeah, I ain't gonna read the notes.
All right. But yeah. And then she also brings Zatsu Tabi. That's Journey, which is a weird title, but when an aspiring manga artist, Chika's storyboards, gets rejected, she ditches her desk for an adventure. Armed with a quirky social media poll, she sets off on a spontaneous journey of random crowdsourced destinations. From hilarious mishaps to heartwarming encounters, Chika discovers inspiration, friendship, and herself, one unpredictable stop at a time. Wow. That's a unique anime, Zatsu Tabi. It seems very unique.
I actually was expecting it to be about a cat when I heard Tabi, but
true. That's actually not a bad choice there for a sleeper pick. She also has a list of she has a screenshot of her Annie list, which I thought was just such a good way of doing this. She has her watching list as Fire Force Season 3, Windbreaker Season 2, Ahira-san Season 2, Witch Watch, Dango no Yoji wa Satiru. I don't think she has the English titles turned on, but I digress. Summer Pockets, Mono, Zatsu Tabi, Gorilla Kami, and Hibi, which are all shows that we're going to eventually cover here shortly. But yeah, nice little short watch list. I mean, by short, it's 10, but so it's not quite that short.
It ain't bad.
It ain't bad at all. You want to grab the next one for me? Which is TK Does Nothing.
Give me a second here, brother. I was going through the list.
I can do the TK. You can just read the synopsis of the stuff you find. That's easier.
Yeah.
Here's my spring 25 watch list. 24 in total, but that's definitely going to get shaved down after the 3-episode cut, which we do every season as well. Some might not make it past episode 1. He says, my most anticipated is Lazarus. Knowing that Lazarus is set in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop makes me excited to see how the universe gets expanded. And the sleeper is an old country bumpkin to Swordmaster. I have a feeling that this is going to be the one that's is going to be a more serious Osan newbie adventurer. Interesting.
Country Bumpkin. That one is I Got You.
Old country bumpkin. Let's get it.
From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Burrow Gardner, a self-proclaimed humble old man, is a sword instructor at his dojo in a rural backwater village. In his younger years, he dreamed of glory as a master swordsman, but those days are long behind him. Out of the blue, he receives a visit from a famous former pupil who brings him world-shattering news. He's been appointed as special instructor for the Knights of the Liberian Order, with his life now turned upside down. Burrow travels to the capital and reunites with some of his former students, elite knights, and ace wizard, and even an adventurer who's attained. Goodness, why my stuff keep my bad. Adventurer who's attained the highest guild rank possible. But why do they all want his tutelage? As far as he's concerned, they clearly don't need him anymore. Can Burrow live up to his new position, and will he ever get a moment's peace away from his adoring students?
Yeah, that seems like it's going to be a I parry everything type deal too.
Yeah. I parried everything in the Osan newbie adventurer. Well, less of that, but yeah.
Yeah, he said a more serious Osan newbie adventure, which I'm down with. The way Osan was kind of perfect. It was the perfect amount of unseriousness to where it was still entertaining to watch. And he has Lazarus. Lazarus is a popular one for our community, but here it is. The year is 2052. An era of unprecedented peace and prosperity prevails across the globe. The reason for this, mankind has been freed from sickness and pain. Nobel Prize-winning neuroscientist Dr. Skinner has developed a miracle cure-all drug with no apparent drawbacks called Hopuna. Hopuna soon becomes ubiquitous and essential. However, soon after Hopuna is officially introduced, Dr. Skinner vanishes. 3 years later, the world has moved on, but Dr. Skinner has returned. This time, as a harbinger of doom, Skinner announces that Hopuna has a short half-life. Everyone who has taken it will die approximately 3 years later. Death is coming for the sinful world and coming soon. As a response to this threat, a special task force of 5 agents is gathered across the world to save humanity from Skinner's plan. This group is called Lazarus. Can they find Skinner and develop a vaccine before time runs out? Sheesh. And it's an Adult Swim developed anime. So it's not even based off of a manga. Now hear me out, Tell. One of two things can happen. This is an Adult Swim developed anime. Okay.
Right.
Anytime that there's an Adult Swim or a HBO Max developed show or just a purely developed raw anime, no manga base, nothing, it turns out bad. Now, I'm not saying that this will.
You're just saying with the track record.
With the track record, it's always been bad. I mean, if our community could let me know if there's one that is an original anime that is good, feel free to message me on Discord and let me know. But I'm worried. Now, this takes place in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop, but that means absolutely nothing to me because so does Carolyn and Tuesday and fucking these random shows that just, you fucking Astro Lost in Space take place in Cowboy Bebop universe. It doesn't matter. It doesn't essentially makes it better because of that particular case, or means that it's going guaranteed to be good. However,
it is comforting to people who like those shows, though.
However, I did watch the trailer for it, and it does look better than that. You know, it does look better than those shows that I aforementioned that are terrible, that are Adult Swim produced that don't turn out good. Like, what's the other one? Ninja Kamui and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I have high hopes. I have high hopes. It's definitely a popular one amongst our community, but I also gotta temper those expectations because we have to understand that this don't usually work out. But we're gonna give it a fair chance. Always gotta be the equalizer, you know.
I mean, of course, and one of us got to do that. But you want me to read JColt? Is he the next one?
Yeah.
Right. JColt says, Spring 2025. Going to start off with 16 shows, but expect a lot of them to be dropped. Initial thoughts, not too much I'm excited about. Kind of made my most anticipated real easy. Most anticipated, Lazarus, which we just talked about. Definitely show with the highest hopes for this season. Obviously a big fan of Watanabe's Watanabe's other shows, so this is a no-brainer for me. Sleeper, Kowloon generic romance. The vibes of the show from the trailer got me interested. Really want to know more about the mystery hinted at in there.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Now, I got Kowloon right here.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Kowloon, Walled City. A dystopian townscape where the people are brimming with nostalgia and where the past, present, and future converge. Amid the hidden emotions and extraordinary daily lives of the men and women working in its confines, a tale of romance begins to unfold for real estate agent Reiko Kujira, one that feels as familiar as Kowloon itself. This is, I ain't gonna lie to you, this is definitely slice of life. But is it slice of life? Drama mystery on kind of slice of life, or is it?
I mean, it's a dystopian townscape, so no.
Let me look at these faces because it almost reminds me of Case Closed a little bit.
Yeah, dystopian townscape where there are people brimming with nostalgia. The past, present, and future converge. So no, it's more supernatural. It sounds to me.
Let me see what JColt talk about this trailer.
Yeah. Check out the trailer. So yeah, I mean, it looks fine. It kind of looks like Yakuza Fiance though. It's the art style goes, which I'm down with because that art style is absolute fire. But the show wasn't.
Actually, I would say it looks way better than Yakuza Fiance.
Okay, looking at the trailer, does it?
To me, it does look more like Case Closed-esque, but also bring it more into the realism. Not like super realistic, but more like modern update.
Interesting. Okay.
Actually, I'm adding this to my list. I ain't gonna lie to you. It looks entertaining, actually.
Yeah, here we go. That's the point of the spring preview. I'm gonna go to our guy, a Patreon producer of ours, TmoneyFingers. He says, most anticipated, Lazarus. Looks like it'll be extremely stylish and excited to see if the story holds up. Not looking for anything groundbreaking, just like that it looks unique. See, this is where I'm at, TmoneyFingers. Me and TmoneyFingers are on the exact same wavelength here. Yeah, it looks unique and it probably won't be as groundbreaking as we think it is based off that trailer, because the trailer just looks so fucking fire. It just looks so good. But again, we tempering our expectations, keeping them leveled so that we don't end up with disappointment. Hopefully it blows me out of the water though. Sleeper, the brilliant healer's new life in the shadow. Looking into the list of all the anime this coming season, a lot of stuff looks really good. But for some reason with this show, I thought the side characters' designs were good and curious to see where the story goes. Gotta pull it up.
I got it right here. You want me to read it?
Please do.
All right. Life hasn't been kind to Xenos. He was born in the slums, and his dirt poor background has denied him almost every opportunity. After an encounter with a healer, he throws himself into studying to become one and finally catches a break when an adventurer invites Zeno into his party. Zenos is so thrilled, in fact, that he's willing to put up with his teammates treating him like garbage. They fail to approach or appreciate his talents and ultimately kick him to the curb, claiming he's outlived his usefulness to them. Now bereft of money and out of options, Zenos decides to put his self-taught skills to use elsewhere and opens an underground clinic. Word quickly spreads about the brilliant healer working incredible magic in the city's shadowy underbelly. Even the royal palace is taking notice. Can Zenos buck the odds and carve out a life for himself in a world that's done nothing but spit in his face? And can he save the lives of the patients who wind up on his doorstep in the process?
That does look interesting. T-Money might be on to something with that one. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, so I'm going to go to my guy, Frozen, another Patreon producer of ours. He says, Sleeper, the beginning after the end. Looking forward to Fire Force 3, Windbreaker Season 2, From Old Country to Master Swordsman, and My Hero Vigilantes. So this is where I'm so mad at myself, because I read the beginning after the end really recently, like a month ago probably, and I feel
it's literally a month ago.
And I really wish I didn't, because I would have been able to, because I didn't even know it was an anime coming for this. Like I said, I saw people talking about it because I was on my solo leveling the rush, and I just like, I kind of want something else like it. And then they say this is better than solo leveling, so let me see. I read the entirety of I've been caught up basically. I'm probably like a week behind now, or a couple of weeks behind. And I'm sad because I would have loved to experience the show with Tell, and then maybe we could have read it after that, but it sucks. But the beginning after the end, after a mysterious death, King Grey is reborn as Arthur Lewin on a magical continent of Decayeth. I still don't know how to say it, even after reading it so many times. Although he enters his second life as a baby, his previous wisdom remains. He begins to master magic and forge his own path as the years go by, seeking to correct mistakes of his past life.
Brother,
what do you feel about it?
Sounds good. So this sounds like, hear me out. To me, it just sounds like Job's reincarnation. And I feel like I loved Job's reincarnation, and I still love Job's reincarnation.
Yeah, it's one of our goats.
So I feel like something that's in that same like grain, that's in that same lane, even though we don't have that Job's reincarnation right now, feels good to give us and provide something like that. Now, I've also heard that this was good from Christian Archivist,
Patreon producer.
But I haven't read it, even though I was going to. Now that it's here, I'm happy that I haven't read it to kind of see. But maybe I'll watch episodes and read along.
Interesting. Okay.
Just to have both takes at the same time. See how it feels. So
here's the issue, right? The one issue and concern that most people have, that everybody has, is that's talking about this show right now, is the studio. It's done by Studio A-Cat. Studio A-Cat has done The Strongest Magician in the Demon Lord's Army, which we enjoyed actually. But they also have done I Somehow Got Stronger When I Improved My Farming Skill, and terrible shows that are very low rated. Like every last one of their shows, except for probably every last one of their shows, besides The Strongest Magician or Demon Lord, is below 60%. That's not good. And for this to get if they do this wrong, it could be real bad, because there are solo leveling esque panels in this fucking manga that just look incredible. This could be bad. Or it could be really good. I would be concerned. He is the story supervisor of this though, so meaning that it still could be good. I just don't know why he chose Studio A-Cat. maybe because they don't get a lot of work, or I don't know what the reason is, but we shall see.
Hopefully, you know, they give his work the due credit it deserves, right?
Yeah,
because I mean, like you said, or like everyone said so far, it seems like people have been giving it copious amounts of love.
here's hoping.
Mass amounts of love.
All right, moving on to our guy, TCB. He says, I almost forgot my current spring list. My most anticipated sequels: Fire Force Season 3, Windbreaker Season 2, A Heron Season 2, Slime 300 Season 2, Lakoya's Recoil, Friends Are Thieves of Time. I guess it's ONA shorts. He says, far as new series, Gundam UX, Lazarus, Kowloon, Generic Romance, Witch Watch, Topiki's Original Sin, if that's confirmed, spring, Apocalypse Hotel, and he says, I really hope your forma isn't boring. Momo is comfy and funny, and once I don't know what this is. Apparently, this is that looks like a synopsis for something. Anyway, that said, my sleeper is going to go with a Once Upon a Time, A Witch's Death.
All right, I got that right here. All right. Once Upon a Time, A Witch's Death. On her 17th birthday, the apprentice with which Meg learns that she only has 1 year left to live. Her teacher, the long-lived witch Faust, explains that the only way to undo the death curse is to collect tears of joy and grow the seed of life. To find them, Meg will have to leave the sheltered life she's always known and head out into the world. There will be meetings, partings, and friendship aplenty, and of course many tears. Meg will learn the most important lesson for a witch are bright, sweet, and somewhat heart-wrenching. Lessons for which are bright, sweet, and somewhat heart-wrenching. Got it.
I'm at it. It might not make it, but I'm at it.
Yeah. It's going to get at it. But I can tell you, I am expecting very power friendship-esque stuff. And I only say that in the most respectful way. I don't mean it in a mean way in any way. I just feel like it's going to be super, super give me a huggy. Yeah,
and that's very disinteresting to me. But we shall see. I'm gonna do it because I like the art style of it. But
it does look good.
That's about all it's getting out of me. Offer what Matt, Patreon producer, says most anticipated. Teoganya. The synopsis of the show piqued my interest. Get that one put up for me. And the sleeper is his other most anticipated is beginning of the end, and then the sleeper is Lazarus. Oh, and he also has another most anticipated returning shows: Windbreaker Season 2, Fire Force Season 3.
Teoganya, got it right here. All right. Humans fight to protect their land from invading demi-human tribes in relentless battles. As his world is engulfed by intense warfare, Kai, a village boy from Lag, joins the fight to defend all he knows. After Kai's comrades fall one by one and he's injured, he suddenly recalls memories from another life. A fantasy tale unfolds as a village boy explores a world of magic, mystery, and heroism.
Man, that's my list.
And, 3-episode rule exists for a reason, but I definitely think that might be kind of cool.
It looks... what would you say it looks to you? It looks... what was that one? Oh, fuck. I can't remember the name of it. It was a show that looked just like this that we ended up the Paladin one.
Was that it? Oh, Faraway Paladin.
Faraway Paladin. That's what it kind of looks like to me. Interesting. Let's go to our guy, our colleague, Dad Needs to Talk podcast. Shout out to Dad Needs to Talk podcast, another Patreon producer of ours and good friend. Also does a great solo podcast that is phenomenal. Make sure you check it out. Dad Needs to Talk YouTube. Spring has a lot coming that I can't wait to watch. A few I'm excited for. My Hero Vigilantes. Blah. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're not judge. Let me not yuck somebody else's yum. Old Country's Bumpkin and Sword of Demon Hunter Kaijin. That one sounds interesting. The sleeper pick is the Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows. I think that one's going to be a smash. I think that sleeper pick is going to be a smash hit, the Brilliant Healers. But let's take a look at this Sword of the Demon Hunter.
See if I can find it real quick.
I can get it. I got it. This one is in the Edo period. There was a shrine maiden called Itsukihime. Fuck. In the mountain village of Kandano. Jinta, a young man who acts as the shrine maiden's guardian despite being a stranger, encounters a mysterious demon who speaks of the far future in the forest where he went to defeat it. From Edo to the Hansai era, this huge Japanese fantasy series follows a demon man who travels through time while continuously questioning the meaning of wielding a sword. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on now. Let's get at it. Thank you very much. That seems interesting. Very good. Very, very good. Right. Moving on. Kilo. Most anticipated Lazarus, Sleeper. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Most anticipated returning shows. Fire Force. Go Loser Ranger Season 2. I don't forgot that show even existed. Holy hell.
I'm going to watch it.
I know. I think this is Christian the Archivist. This is all you put in. He says, you already know what my most anticipated is. Laughing my ass off. He said, my sleeper will be the Rock Lady. The Rock is a lady's modesty. What? What is that?
My goodness. Who is that? You said
Christian the Archivist.
Oh my goodness. He come in here with that.
What is this?
That's what you got, Christian.
I gotta pull it up here. At an elite all-girls academy where refined young ladies gather, Liza, I'm not gonna try to say her last name, now the daughter of the real estate tycoon after her mother remarried, is forced to abandon her guitar and rock music to fit in. However, her passion is reignited by sounds from an old school building where she meets a skilled drummer who shares her love for rock. Together, they embrace their inner rock star, elegantly clashing and shouting their way through the academy in this captivating tale of grace and rebellion. Yeah, not for me. No, thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting like an actual goofy show.
Oh, really?
Like actual rock, but since it's rock music, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you, bro.
Yeah, that's not for me though. I hate musical ass shows except for Your Lie in April. But does that really count? Yeah, you know,
it counts.
It totally counts. But it's like the Bluebox of music anime, you know.
I get what you mean, but I get what you mean.
Like there's sports in it, but that ain't what the show's about, really.
Yeah,
you know. Well, you know. All right, Huey TJ, our guy Huey, pulled up. He said, "My watch list for spring 2025. Super is going to be Brilliant Healers, New Life to the Shadow. Yes, Fire Force, Food for the Soul. That's what that show is called. That Crystal had in her list. That crazy name. From Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, Lazarus, My Hero Vigilantes, which I definitely don't care about. The Brilliant Healers. It's a sleeper pick. Windbreaker Season 2 and Zatsu. Yeah. Moving down the list here. Fear. F it. He said F it. Most anticipated is LaCoya's Recoil. O&A. What? I need to know if we get more content. That is interesting. I need to watch LaCoya's Recoil actually. Because he said F it. All right. Ahira-san and Lazarus. Ahira-san is the slice of life one that was really adorable. It overstayed his welcome to me though, a little bit. It kind of got a little too repetitive, but I enjoyed it. And then Lazarus, obviously, very popular one. Sleeper pick. Rock Lady is a Modesty. Rock Ladies Modesty. These girls' band shows don't seem to miss, and hopefully it feels like the Bolchi Void that Bolchi Void is better than my previous sleeper, which is Medeka. impervious to my charm. You know what? Just a little side note. Madeka wasn't that bad. Or hasn't been that bad. I've been watching it all. I've been enjoying it actually. See here. Yeah, and that's it. That's it for the communities. We gotta go to YouTube though. Can't forget about our guy Rob Stone.
Okay, we're gonna add it to the list. Nobody said it.
What happened?
I'm looking at just looking at the spring releases.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, we almost there.
You getting robbed from YouTube?
Yep. Rob Stone says, "Man, spring snuck up on me. I barely had even a chance to look up the next season's anime. My most anticipated returning show is Windbreaker. New show is Witch Watch. Just edging out My Hero Vigilante as I'm still a bit burned out by last season of My Hero. Witch Watch should be a lighthearted urban fantasy rom-com. Just an easy watch." Yeah, I gotta add that to the list too. My sleeper is Lazarus. Just the bebop vibe from the promo art had me intrigued before I even looked at the director. Runner up. Yeah, brother. Yeah, for sure. Runner up for would be From Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, as that's giving me my daughter. My daughter is an A-rank swordsman vibe. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that one was a great one too.
Yeah.
It does got that vibe to it.
That's very clutch. That's the one I was thinking about. I couldn't remember the name to it.
That's a really good comparison. Yeah. All right. That's it. Now it's our turn to dig into this list and see what we can add to it from our standpoint. Like I already told. Oh, what's up?
Rob's sleeper was Lazarus.
Mm-hmm. I already told Tell I already picked my sleeper because last week I was prepping for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of accidentally chose it because it was right there in front of my face, and I'm shocked that nobody but one person mentioned it. And of course, it was Crystal. Like it wouldn't be anybody else but her. But I don't know if you want me to go into my sleeper pick now.
I mean, if you already there, brother.
Yeah. So my summer pick or my sleeper pick is Summer Pockets. Now, let me tell you the reason why it's Summer Pockets. The reason why it's Summer Pockets is because when I was looking through it, I saw the people that made it, the original creator is Key Studios. Key Studios is the creator of the visual novel studio that did Clannad. So looking at it, to help manage his recently deceased grandmother's effects, the protagonist Takahara Hari, his name is Rhymes, travels to Torishijima during his summer vacation. As he goes off on his ferry boat, he spots a lone girl standing on the pier, a girl who simply gazes into the distance as her long hair flutters in the wind. He looks at the girl in utter bewilderment, but before he realizes it, she can no longer be found anywhere. Hari finds himself starting to adjust to life on the island, surrounded by nature far lusher than anything he has ever come across back in the city. Time seems to flow by casually on this island. Gotta hit read more. And it does. Memories of nostalgia keeps coming back to him. Memories of something that he had long forgotten. And again, it's done by Key Studios, which did Clannad, which is one of my favorite series of all times. So that right there is more than enough for me to make this my sleeper to get hopefully everybody to watch it, because I know outside of Crystal, wouldn't nobody else is going to look at this. So hopefully, because I chose it as a sleeper, people say, you know what, let me give it a try, because it's Polow sleeper, you know. I'm hopefully I got that Crystal cachet, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, brother.
I'm doing it mostly to force you to watch it with me.
I mean, I actually already had it added to my list. I saw it, read the synopsis, and was like, that's getting added to the list. But since you got yours, so I actually was gonna, I had my sleeper picked before we started recording, but since I see that 1, 2, like 3 people have already chosen the same exact thing, I'm not going to choose it. And that was going to be Brilliant Hiller's New Life in the Shadows. Absolutely not going to do that.
It's like 17 people chose out.
Right. So what I have chosen is Moonrise by Wit Studio. Which no one has said anything about. In a not too distant future, humanity has established a loosely organized world government with everything managed by an international AI network called Sapientia. People lead peaceful lives by loyally obeying its rational decisions. However, Sapientia's lunar development project, which sends criminals and pollutants to the moon to maintain Earth's peace, creates disparity and poverty on the moon, sparking a catalyst for war. Jack Shadow, gets caught up in this conflict after losing his family to a terrorist bombing by the moon's rebels army. Vowing revenge, Jack joins the Earth's army as a scout on the moon, only to discover an unexpected leader among the resistance forces.
See, this is why we do this. Picking stuff nobody else would, you know?
And nobody said anything.
Nobody
and it's
said
by Wit Studio, which they produce some high quality stuff here.
One of the greats.
So I'm hoping that we, get some greatness out of it.
All right. Now, we got our sleepers out of the way. I'm glad we did, because now we can just talk about most anticipated. Fire Force Season 3, obviously, we're doing a rewatch right now. Remember, Season 2 continues this week, so if you haven't started already, start Season 2 of Fire Force. Get all caught up by next week, because that's when the Season 3 come out, which is perfect. Perfect time to continue that. Then we have Windbreaker Season 2 in 9 days with everybody. Obviously, we already know how we feel about that. Done by Cloverworks. Cloverworks is one of the GOATs as well. It's like Nappa, Wit, Cloverworks, Ufotable, A1. And that's like the king of anime studios, which I wish it was like A1 during the beginning after the end, but I digress. The beginning after the end, obviously most anticipated. And then for most anticipated, you got anything in here that I haven't mentioned?
I'm going to say one that I'm really anticipating and excited for, but I know you haven't said nothing about it, but Shoshimin.
Shoshimin?
Yeah. Shoshimin, How to Become Ordinary. Season 2.
Wait, that's here?
Yeah, brother. Shoshimin, How to Become Ordinary. Season 2, 11 days.
No freaking way. I had no idea this was here. I don't even see it anywhere.
It's right here on my list. I see it.
That was my sleeper pick before.
Yeah, Shoshimin Season 2. I'm super excited for that. So I'm surprised.
What the hell? Nobody said anything about that. Wow, that's actually insane.
I'm also surprised no one said anything, because I'm like, Shoshimin, I thought we rocked with that show.
Yeah, like even thinking about the people in our community, how did they not even mention it?
That's what we here for. Oversights.
That's crazy. I still don't see it nowhere. Maybe I'm just missing it completely, but this is spring, right? I'm not tripping.
Yeah, brother, it's spring. It's coming out in 11 days. 11 days and like 10 hours.
Oh my goodness. That is insane. You just blew my mind with that. I feel so disappointed in myself. That's crazy. Wow. Anyway.
And then another one that this is one I don't think anyone watched but me, but it's just one that I enjoy and I watched it all the way through. It is I've Been Killing Slimes for 300 Years and Maxed Out My Level Season 2. Oh,
okay. Yeah, you did watch that one. Yeah, I remember. That got discussed. I'm not saying
it's good by any means, but
bro, I just found Shoshimin. That cover looks crazy fire too. Holy shit. I'm so excited. Oh man, that just I'm keeping all that in too. That just shocked me. Anyway,
did you see the trailer?
No, I didn't. I can't watch it while we record because it'll play through the.
My bad. Shoshimin, I'm telling you, I don't know. Y'all better watch that with us, because I feel like it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be a part of the conversation for sure. All right, now to get into some stuff that we're adding to our list that, you may or may not want to add to your list, but I'll start with this one. Can a boy-girl friendship survive? Childhood best friends Himari and Yu's vows of friendship hits turbulence when Yu reunites with his first crush in high school. Himari, who's never known a fuzzy warmth of a crush, now must confront her feelings. Their shared dreams and peaceful days as the Twosome Gardening Club are tested in this tale of love, flowers, and growing pains. It seemed like it's going to be very similar to what we just watched, which was my sleeper pick this season. Married to the Girl I Hated in My Class, but and they kind of a different spin in it. So I'm definitely adding that to the list.
100%, bro. I actually, I'm not surprised by it at all. I knew you were going to watch that one.
Mm-hmm.
One I'm adding to my list, I'm the evil lord of an intergalactic empire. Oh my God. In his last life, Liam lived as a moral, responsible person, but died deep in debt and betrayed by his wife. Reborn into the, oh my God. First of all, what? Reborn into the ruling family of a vast interstellar empire, Liam knows that life is divided into the downtrodden and the ones who do the stomping. So this time he's going to take what he wants and live for himself, but somehow things refuse to work out that way. Despite doing his best to become a tyrant, Liam's decisions lead to nothing but peace and prosperity for the empire under his rule. And he just gets more and more popular.
I like that. Nice little satire of kind of remind me of Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yeah, bro got beat on and dogged and decided to make the world better on accident.
On accident. That's very interesting. Let's see here. There's a lot of ecchi ones this season too, it looks like.
I saw that. I got another one I can go ahead and read real quick.
Go ahead.
Because everyone likes a good healer story. The unaware atelier Meister. One day, Kurt, a hearted boy, is suddenly kicked out of the hero's party for being useless. He finds that his aptitude for weapons, magic, and all other combat-related skills is the lowest rank. So he takes odd jobs repairing castle walls and digging for minerals to make a living, where his exceptional abilities are immediately revealed. He proves to be skillful in cooking, building, mining, crafting magical tools. In fact, his aptitude for every skill unrelated to combat has an SSS rank. Kurt, however, seems completely unaware to his talent and ends up saving people, the town, and even the country through his unaware actions.
You know, that's funny because doing this podcast for as long as we have and covering so many seasons as much as we have, we can see trends now. The trend of a person getting kicked out of their party has been overwhelming the seasons recently is what I've been trying to say, which is interesting because it's been at least one, maybe even two for the last 3-4 seasons that we've been. It's crazy.
It's basically the new isekai.
Yeah. Yes. Or they even combine the two, right? Like you get isekai and you kicked out of the hero party or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. It's very, very popular right now. I'm going to read this one just for the love of it. Now I did see I think it was a TikTok about this one, but please put them on, Takemi-san. This one is an ecchi one, so might not be for everybody, but Takemi is the goddess of her high school with perfect grades, athletic prowess, and unrivaled beauty. The student council president is the apple of everyone's eye, including Koshi Shiratoa, a below average student with no friends or social prospects whatsoever. But he'll soon find out the secret to Takemi's unbelievable success: underwear. When she strips, she can undo any of her past actions. And now that Koshi knows, Takemi won't let him off so easy. So by her removing her panties, she can rewind time and then get the result she wants. Will this make it past episode 1? Probably not. But I'm going to give it a try.
That actually might be a lot more wholesome than it appears, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It could be.
It might not push the boundary too much.
It didn't seem to in the trailer or the TikTok that I watched. So, yeah, I'm going to give it a chance. Let's see here.
That's funny. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles.
Nah, you can skip that, bro. You can skip that. Big time.
Oh man, I was just playing.
That's crazy.
Another Yu-Gi-Oh! Chapter 20.
I cannot believe it. There's multiples in one season.
I mean, sometimes it'd be like that, but no, I'm just joking.
Yeah, facetious.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah, here's another. That's a mecha though. I'm not probably gonna get that one.
I'm excited for the Gundam as well. I know Polow will not be, but I am excited to see where this Gundam goes.
Here's another one for you. I don't know how to say the name. Let me see if there's an alternative name. Oh, here it is. Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world. Oh God, yes, I'm down. Hinata did it. Yeah, Hinata did it. He got reincarnated into another world, took up the mantle of hero, and slew the dreaded demon lord alongside his party of fellow adventurers. As his rewards, he's returned to Earth to resume a normal life. Or it would be if it wasn't for the fact that the dark elf companion, Maribel, decided to travel to Earth to come live with him. Now she uses her arcane talents to ward off any potential romantic rivals and capture Hinata's affection. Yeah, I'm definitely watching this. This just seems like it'll be a lot of fun.
Can I tell you something, bro?
Please do. I'm definitely adding that to the list.
Half the image was blocked by words and text and whatnot.
Yeah.
So as soon as I click on the image, that's wild.
Wait a minute. No, looking at the wait, is this a
It's
a hentai? Look at the alternative. The alternative is probably hentai. But the other one's probably normal. Okay, what studio is this? Elias. Okay, so they did the plus size elf. And
that's wild, brother.
Yeah, no, I don't know if this is actually okay to watch.
I would not be able to watch while my kids are present.
Nope. They did another show called Effed by My Best Friend, which is, I don't even want to know. But
you're adding it to your, this is what you saying, right?
But the synopsis of this one, it's a short. I'm removing it. Never mind.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little short.
Nah, I'm removing it. It's a waste of time. I hate shorts.
Feel you.
Which means that it ain't gonna be anything serious to watch. Never mind. I'm just wasting time on that one. Is there? That's it, huh? Why don't nobody talk about this one? Your Forma.
Well, someone said something about Your Forma.
Oh yeah, they did. I'm tripping. Did we read it?
I don't think we did because I couldn't find it when they said it. Your Forma. You got it?
Yep. In 1992, a pandemic of viral hepatitis, I don't know what that is, shook the world. The medical technology that saved humanity evolved into Your Forma, an evasive information device implanted into the brain. In this world where every sight and sound and even emotion is recorded, investigating major crimes means diving into the collective data, a job reserved for special detectives called electronic investigators. Eshka Hida, a prejudiced electronic investigator assigned at an astonishingly young age, stands isolated by her exceptional talent. Her newly assigned partner is Harold, a blind, blue-eyed humanoid amicus. What the fuck is this? Okay. Together, his unrivaled duo will expose every hidden secret. What the fuck is this?
It's Things, brother. I'm gonna watch it.
It's a detective show. Yeah, it's a detective show. I'm definitely gonna add it to watching, but
Miscus is probably just something that we'll find out when we actually start watching.
Yeah. A lot of anime do that.
Amicus, okay.
Oh, I said it wrong. It's Amicus.
I believe so, but I'm not That's just.
I need to make sure I add Lakoya's recoil to my list too.
Amicus is shorthand for amicus curiae, Latin for friend of the court. So it's something that is specific to the show that they're using the term for.
I see. Okay. All right. So
I got a thick list, bro, but it's definitely gonna get short, and I'm almost certain.
Yeah. So let's take a look. How many do you have? Let's count it up like we normally do, including returning shows. Sorry for the dead air. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So far, I have only 21 shows.
I have exactly 30.
Wow, so it's going to end up being a shorter season than last season, huh? For both of us.
Exactly 30, but it's definitely going to get cut. I know for sure I'm going to cut a decent amount of it.
Might be time to put in some more long form rewatches this season, like the continuation of Log Horizon.
Hear me out. Because I started season 2 and I didn't finish it.
You started it? I didn't even start it.
I was only the first episode.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, let's finish this Fire Force one first, and then pick back up on Log Horizon after that.
Fire Force is gonna be dumb easy.
Super easy. Speaking of Fire Force, let's end the show off with talking of Fire Force season 1, a rewatch experience of Fire Force season 1. What do you feel overall rewatching it?
Love and admiration. I feel awe and beauty. I think that so I'll say this. I remember specifically this part about like how much Tamaki's clothes popped off.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was way less than what it was.
And that's what I said to in my head, I recalled it as being less. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna lie. In my head, I thought it was happening like every other episode kind of frequency, but it was like very quick burst. I actually perceived it as a lot less. And I think
this time around,
I think it was a lot less actually, in my opinion. Now, do I think that it was a little lot? It was a lot sometimes, but it wasn't that bad. I think that people did blow it a little out of proportion, but I literally, the way that it happened, I was thinking this was happening like every episode, bro. The way that I feel like I remember talking about it and the frequency in which we talked about it, it felt like it was happening every episode, but it literally wasn't. Out of 24 episodes, it happened in maybe like 4 or 5. And
that's the key point that I want to make. It happened about 6 or 7, but I thought it was like 4 or 5. Even still, with that being said, it wasn't nearly enough to get as much gripe and hate that it did. I think they were overblowing the fuck out of it. Like, it was never even that serious, that deep, or even that bad, for one. But it was there. It was more so than I thought. But like, it wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been, or as people made it out to be, I should say. Right. The series itself, though, this is the definition of depth. It's the same level, and I of course like Fire Force more, but it's the same level as Hell's Paradise, where you can be a shonen but still have depth, still have story, still have intrigue, still have like just basis to it, where it isn't so surface level, so fucking boring when it comes to bad guy wants bad things to happen. And good guy wins against bad thing. Like, it's not just fights for the sake of fights, or it's the level of depth that I absolutely enjoy in these type of shows, right? And bruh, when I say the dub voice acting is, and I've said this to Frozen, but this is the best anime dub voice cast of all time. Of all time. Everything I've ever heard dubbed, this is the absolute best. And I can't even think of anything close. Voices match, voice acting top tier. Everything is just phenomenal.
I would second that, except for Shimmer's voice. I hate Shimmer's voice.
His voice is great. It's perfect. It's perfect for him. For him. Not saying that it's a perfect voice, but it's a perfect voice for him.
Yeah, it took me some time to like not be irritated by it, but by episode 3, I was no longer irritated by his voice, and it was just like I was just engulfed in the show. But I do want to say that the dub in general, I felt like it was drawing me in, and it took me, like I said, it took me some time to get used to Shinra's voice. But once I got like accustomed to his voice, I was like drawn in. It's almost like the same way I felt about from Demon Slayer.
Tanjiro?
Tanjiro. It's the same thing. Like I didn't like Tanjiro's voice when I first heard it, but then after just listening to it for 6 minutes, I was like, okay, it's not that bad. It just took me some time to get used to it, and I was like, okay, I can deal with this, because I loved every other voice in this show. Every other voice to me was absolutely perfect.
It's done by Derek Snow. He's done.
Yeah, I'm looking at him now.
Quite a few different people. Wow. His range is actually crazy. I mean, he's done female characters. Interesting.
He's in quite a few different shows.
Yeah. Wow. I think he did a phenomenal job as Shinra though. Like, unbelievable job. Because when I went back to the sub, I'm like, yo, this is like you just found the fucking
the English version of it.
Yeah, it's like it's the same. It's so crazy. It was so well casted.
That's a talent, actually.
It's unbelievable. But yeah, dude, everything, the show is perfect. It probably might be on a mic check waifu scale. I mean, from pacing, everything just hit at the right moments. There was no lag time. Like everything was perfect. They just paced so well that
I hate to say it, this show I felt like was better on a second watch.
Yeah, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with that. That's where I was kind of going with that statement. It's like way better.
Yeah, it was surprising. And I'm even looking at like the characters, and I'm even looking at like Leonard Burns, right?
Oh my gosh.
When I first watched this show, I immediately was like in Shinra's head, like, nah, this dude feel like a villain. He feel like a bad guy.
Yep.
But watching it this time, it's like actually paying attention to what he's saying, listening to exactly what exactly happened. And it could be because I watched it all in like 24 hours.
Yeah. Good point.
After literally just looking at and paying attention to every detail that was said and stated and moved within that moment, I'm like, you know what, bro? He don't really seem like a bad guy. He seems like he's just not giving him the details. It seems like he's really protecting him from knowledge, because knowledge could hurt him more.
100%.
And I'm just like, he's not a bad guy. But it hit better this second watch, bro. I was just like, yo, all these characters, they have depth to them. They have
so many layers.
They have a purpose.
Yeah. Like just even thinking about like, oh man. Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan.
What a brilliant story. And it just goes, and I just got to touch on this real quick. The voice acting of the Squad Captain 3 when he was in Vulcan's shop, beating up his animals, toys or whatever. He was like screaming, and he was like, what are you doing? And he just went fucking nuts. It was so well executed that it just blew my fucking mind. Like it absolutely blew my mind. I got to give it to our guy Frozen. He says, man, this Fire Force and Log Horizon rewatch inspired me to restart Sword Art Online. These are some of the shows that got me back into anime in 2020. And he says, I'm using King Telliano's time management tips to fit these in my schedule. Yeah, man. And then Fear says, finished season 1 yesterday. Fire Force really is one of the better shows of 2020. It was 2019, but forgot how good the sound was, and the power system with the fire levels is great. Also, didn't remember how straight to it they were with the plot. Yeah, there was some downtime, but for the most part, they were down to business. And I think that's very, very important because the pacing was perfect. For 24 episodes, the shit felt like an easy 12.
It did. And I want to say two things real quick, because you said something about voice acting. I want to say something real quick. The supporting character, Arrow.
I love her so much.
I love that voice so much, bro. Yeah. The voice acting there for me was superb.
She was phenomenal.
You're talking about the pacing. And when you talk about the pacing, I'm thinking about Shinra and Sho's fight. And how for quite a few minutes there, right? Like, I know I'm like blowing through this, but for quite a few minutes in like that altercation where Shinra was like trying to get a grasp of his ability and whatnot, I felt like Shinra was about to lose. And I know the outcome. You know what I mean? I like know the outcome. But the way that it was timed, I'm like, yo, I still feel like Shinra is on the verge of losing. Like, I legitimately feel like, even though I know what's about to happen, he's about to lose is what I feel. And I was like, this is crazy. They did a great way of articulating that within the show. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, crazy. Bro. The symbolism and just the artistry of the show, period. Everything could have been a fucking painting on your wall. Like when, again, Squad Cabin 3 was controlling Lisa. And that picture of him behind Lisa, and it was just overshrouding her. I want that shit on my wall so bad. It was fucking, and there's so many scenes like that. So many scenes of just pure art, and it's silent. And the show is not afraid to bask in its silence and just give wonderful scenes, man.
They talk about Jinwoo aura farming. This whole show is like screenshots is aura farming.
Dude, everything could be a background on your computer, bro. I'm telling you, it's gorgeous, man. It's gorgeous to look at.
And I think we said that too when it was airing initially. Is that so many scenes? Because I'm even thinking about when Arthur, when they first invaded the Hibasa's squad, Habana squad. When they first invaded Habana squad, Arthur had some moments. I'm just like, just pause, screenshot. Arthur, pause, screenshot. I'm thinking Leonard Burns, pause, screenshot. Princess Habana herself when she did the Sakura pedal, pause, screenshot.
I want
pause, screenshot.
I want so bad for Princess Habana and Shinra to have a relationship that I want it just so bad, and I want it, and it probably won't happen for some reason. What's the dude name to Soul Eater in this? I don't know why they're so afraid of romance.
Yeah.
They just do these crushes and they don't ever go nowhere, and it's frustrating. So I'm hoping in season 3, because it's the last season, we get some closure, which I'm so fucking I'm so happy it's the last season. Because what Fire Force can do is and we'll figure this out next week when we talk about season 2, but if I remember correctly, season 2 was good too. So, but Fire Force can go down as one of the best 3-part series of all time.
Yeah, man, a hit and run like that where you don't have to go too far is crazy. It's wonderful.
Yep.
And I think you're right. Okubo doesn't do a lot of romance, but I thought they said he did more romance in the actual manga itself. But I don't see with them giving us a 3 seasons and done. I don't see them having a purpose in necessarily fleshing that out.
Yeah. It's 24 though again, so here's hoping, man. Here's hoping. All in all, season 1 of Fire Force is probably, the dub specifically, is probably a 10 out of 10 for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where I would even go below a 9.5 of anything. I can't think of anything.
I think the animation is some of the best animation, and it fits the style, right? And I say best because within the confines and style of the show, it's not missing. It has no scenes where it's just like necessarily out of place or anything like that. So like you said, like a 9.5 is the lowest I can go on anything. But even with me like And like I said, I do think Shinra's voice fits for Shinra. I just don't like it, which is okay, right? But even though it took me some time to get used to it, even then, I would say 9.5 is the lowest I can go. But I think the show is just so superb and over the top, right? It goes above and beyond on sound quality. It goes above and beyond on animation in a lot of ways. The pacing, I think, is perfect. I don't have a single complaint about the pacing. The plot, I love the plot, and it's like I feel like they didn't teeter from anything. They peel the layers back to mix that plot and pacing a little bit as the story is going on. They're peeling layers back, giving you more information without it necessarily being like, there's no point that's momentless or pointless. There's no moment that is pointless. So you're getting information and it's adding and compounding with what you already know. So it's like the pacing and the plot, they coincide so well. I can't slide that down to 9.5 when they go so well together. It's crazy. And
we might have to reevaluate our review and just regrade it.
Yeah, I'm being generous I'm being mean by saying 9.5 on something for real.
I agree. Yeah. I just want to give you a little bit of my check lore too, by the way, y'all. Navi, the girl that you see in the middle between Tell and I, and that's always on everything that we promote and show, she's actually inspired by Habana, Princess Habana. So that's a little tidbit of information that some people might not have known. There she is. Yes. All right, Tell. With that being said, this is the end of Mic Check Waifu, episode 293. I'm at Polow Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Telliano on all social media.
You follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu. And as always, Mic Check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu.